Hey rollers, in today's training roll I took on a legend named Prince. Prince is a purple belt at our club and he has become a constant threat on the mats. As you'll see in this roll, he also has some frustrating defensive skills. Early on, Prince worked his way into a single leg, so I made sure to get my foot to the outside. Turns out my guillotine threat was enough to discourage him. I took my own turn at a single leg and he used my reckless bull rushy technique to flip me over and used his underhook to prevent me from turning in and taking top position. Switching to this grip made it even more miserable for me. If I turned to my left, I would expose my back and he effectively blocked my attempts to turn to the right. It was a bit of a stalemate situation for a minute as neither of us wanted to lose position. I eventually moved his legs and cleared enough space to get my elbow underneath me, allowing me to come up to my knees, and then I quickly grabbed a front headlock position. Prince controlled my right arm, so I decided to spin toward his back. This grip offered control as I moved around and got my hook in. So I had great position here, except I didn't have the bottom hook in and Prince wasn't about to let me get it. I thought I'd try to walk my right hand up on his shoulder and apply a friendly crank to his neck, but Prince defended well and then slipped his hips, and I found my way into mount. This is where I'd normally start attacking, but Prince started threatening my base. He secured an overhook on my right arm, which really put a damper on my plans. I shifted my weight so he couldn't roll me off to his left, and I worked to free my arm. Here's my shout out to Mouthguard Comic, one of my favorite YouTubers. Turns out that a forearm to the throat solves a lot of problems.
He was right!
With my arm free, I had the chance to try a nogi Ezekiel. I thought the choke was in pretty tight, but Prince has become a ridiculously tough guy to finish. He didn't say anything, but he just chilled out as if to say,
What else you got?
Of course, as soon as I released it, he trapped my arm again. I popped it free with some more pressure on his neck and started hunting for an arm. When Prince rolled to his left side, it gave me the chance to tie him up with a gift wrap. If you've watched this far, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I also love reading comments, so if you have something to say, well, let's hear it. This time when I rolled to his back, I did have the bottom hook. Prince shifted his hips down, which caused me to be too high on his back. I fought to get to my forearm under his neck, but like I said earlier, Prince is ridiculously hard to finish. He used some strong hand fighting to stay out of any real danger. I kept trying to push his left arm down and sneak my forearm in. See how he locks his arms together to protect himself. I was starting to get frustrated with my lack of progress here, but then I shot my arm in. He buried his chin, but I poured some pressure on a neck crank. Spoiler alert, that didn't work either. I'm not sure why I was smiling here. I think I was surprised at just how difficult it was to get a tap. Or maybe I was just having fun. It was clearly time to change things up, so I started thinking about moving to the truck. As I came around the corner, I spotted a calf slicer and I grabbed the foot I needed. We rolled through and I finally got the finish. We had this roll at the end of class, so fatigue was starting to set in. You're going to see a different game in the last 30 seconds. Prince slid right into a leg entry, and I tried to play it cool, thinking I could get past his legs and take mount. When that failed, I hid my right foot. Things changed when I tried to stand and put weight on the foot because Prince was able to unbalance me and start working on a heel hook. This was a legit threat, and now it was my turn to defend. I started by preventing him from joining his hands, which can be tricky in no-gi. Eventually, I rolled out and created separation. Thank you, Prince, for the roll, and thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Till next time.
Till next time.
Till next time.